strong build in the right situations.
10 seconds.
Banning out the Weaver again, a very common pick versus the Batrider, especially against a team like EHOME. Or, sorry, with a team like EHOME. And then, so Ancient Apparition also has a few big downsides. I think he's really weak in like a two-man safe lane.
Okay,
like you just get aggro tried or get roamed on by like a Riki or Bounty Hunter or Spirit Breaker or like anything really, Ogre, and you'll just get destroyed. He's like very weak at level 1, unless it's like a big 5-on-5 where you 5-person Chilling Touch, but that only happens for first blood. In the laning phase, he is very, very weak. And he also needs levels. Getting level 6 is no easy task as a support. Some players make it look easy, but generally you're going to be struggling. With Tome of XP, it's less of a liability.
10 seconds remaining.
And I don't know if Batrider's enough setup for Ancient Apparition.
Remaining.
A lot of people like Nyx Assassin as a really nice setup for him, but support Nyx I'm generally not a fan of. And
I mean, talking about Nyx Assassin, it's couldn't EHOME just pick that up for themselves? It's you said it's good counter to Bat, and it's good, nice at catching out AA.
So this is how they choose to deal with the Alchemist. Okay. The magic immunity from the Omni Knight. It's still not that great because
you don't regen with the Chemical Rage, but you don't tick down.
Yeah, but the tick down isn't the important part.
No, it's that threshold that
What was his HP regen?
Yeah.
50 HP regen a second. So you're pretty much doing 50 HP damage a second with the Ancient Apparition ulti, which is far more than his normal 12.5 damage a second. So it's still very good. It's just cut by what, 80% or cut by 20% rather. So it's still pretty good. But Omni Knight is also, suffers some of the same flaws as Ancient Apparition.
Yeah.
It's like somewhat difficult to take the levels from, but he also just suffers greatly against AoE magic damage, which is Ancient Apparition and Batrider's forte. But very good versus Alchemist.
The Rubik will come through again, this time on the side of IGV. Saw obviously some very flashy performances from Old Lanham in game 2.
He's great versus Omni Knight. You always steal something great.
Yeah, that's true actually, yeah.
And he has a less cast point, so it's even better.
Yeah, I know. Obviously, a much better mana pool to play around with as well in terms of spamming those out and the cores and such. EHOME still looking for that old 11 hero, and Sylar's as well.
Hero. So who do they want to pair with the Alchemist? Normally it's been Pugna very, very often, but that's been banned out in the second phase by IG Vitality. Other partners are, let's see, Weaver has been banned out as well. That would have also been pretty good to help out the against the A. Like you can use a time lapse with the Scepter and help people out that get bursted down. What else is there? I'm trying to think of Sylar heroes. Terrorblade, like Morphling, I see a lot from him. Morphling.
I mean, you don't want to play Morphling against AA, do you?
Yep. And then who else is there? Terrorblade. Terrorblade is like a little bit too slow for my liking. What else do people play with Alchemist? There has to be a lot more.
What about like I guess you're looking for a hero that's going to be able to fight with whilst the Alchemist gets space? Or
generally, yes.
Yeah. You don't want really a farm-centric safe lane.
Luna? Luna's okay. I'm always down for a little bit of Luna. She's been super hot lately.
Is she a little vulnerable though to like being caught out by the bat and the AA?
Omni Knight,
She's
bro.
rather squishy. Oh, you think I guess Omni Knight's enough. The NS, that will be, we might as well old 11's hero on the off lane. And I guess that is something that can bully a support AA in the laning stage?
Yes, but it's a big counter for Bat.
Yes.
Without the Bat initiation, they can't actually like lock the Alchemist in place.
Ursa Warrior.
Okay, Ursa Warrior. Or Ursa Warrior. This is a definite anti-Alchemist strat. I thought they were going to pick one of these last game, and they probably had a game plan in mind. We want to go for mass team fight.
And they stuck with that.
And they still with that with a Jakiro instead of an Ancient Apparition and with a Faces Void instead of an Ursa. But this game, they're like, we got owned by Alchemist. We're going to let you pick it again. We know the counters, and we are going to pick them. They're all about this anti-Alchemist.
5 seconds.
Yeah, it is looking scary for EHOME. Maybe they're going to have a big final pick that makes it look a little bit more secure. But indeed, as you said, this Ursa AA combination and the fact that they've got Rubik, considered one of the strongest supports at the moment in the East, and Batrider in July's performance game 1 was impeccable. EHOME have got their work cut out here.
Also, one big flaw in EHOME lineup is 4 melee, so their lanes are going to be really weak. Like if anyone roams on Alchemist mid, it's going to be pretty easy kill unless Ogre's sitting there. And then like Omni, Night Stalker, I've seen some dual lanes or even just like a solo lane of either of those is also pretty weak.
Yeah.
And normally you can take advantage of an AA by having strong lanes, but they don't have strong lanes. It's a lot in the Alchemist department that they want from him.
10 seconds remaining.
So
Slark is going to be the ban here
Dire team
from IGV, and now finishing off with still what would imagine to be that mid lane pick for Cicada.
I think mid lane's Ursa.
Oh, you think he's going to be the Ursa mid?
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember when CTY used to do it, and then a lot of teams started catching on.
Okay.
DC does it a lot.
Oh, what? Because you want that matchup against the Alchemist, and it's
5 seconds
very,
remaining.
very good versus Alchemist. Alternatively, EHOME, like, they might safe lane the Alchemist, which is...
Reserved.
I wouldn't say it's great, but it's definitely a pretty good option this game, so you can dodge the Ursa. But I don't know what else they put in the mid lane. I guess no, Odie's banned.
10
Pudge.
seconds
I've seen Pudge with
remaining.
Alchemist, but mostly a support.
I mean, you're certainly right. It's looking that Ursa will be in the mid. Terrorblade, the final pick for IGV, something that EHOME tried themselves in game 1, and it got absolutely crushed. IGV looking to show them how it's done here. And EHOME, one more pick.
That's a scary lineup to
10
play against. Like,
seconds remaining.
what carry can actually stand up versus all these? Okay, Queen of Pain, Siler Quap. Nice. So, a bit of a twist.
Okay. I mean, it's certainly the core that's going to be fighting with 4
Yeah.
and giving space to the Alchemist. That's for sure. There's no doubt about that. And I guess there's a core as well that if you find the timings and turn up to fights before the TB's ready, he can get absolutely smashed by a Quap.
And I think they're going to switch up the lanes. I would suspect Quap mid, Alchemist
Okay.
safe lane. Because Quap safe lane, I mean, yeah, it's okay, but like you can secure your Alchemist farm, which is, I think, much more important for them. And Ursa, I think, will struggle a lot versus Queen. What can you really do versus Queen? Like,
Yeah, not a lot really.
Yeah, not a lot.
The dagger is going to be a huge nuisance for him. And I mean, I guess you can get the Rubik or such to sit mid, but then you're leaving your TB very vulnerable to the Night Stalker's presence in the top lane.
Yeah. I think what
Yeah.
IG Vitality can do in response
10
to maybe an
seconds
expectation of him swapping lanes is aggro try. You put like Rubik AA
5
plus Terrorblade, and the
seconds
Bat Rider
remaining.
can own, I think, any of these heroes one-on-one. So
Let's have a look at this.
the mind game from the laning phase is going to be interesting to watch. Most runes picked up.
Yeah, I'm gonna go EHOME. They've got the bow. They've got the out. They're gonna want to secure them. But at the same time,
They have
IGV.
worse lanes. I'm going with
You're
IGV.
going with I'll go with IGV as well, then, man. Highest total magic damage done. Sylar, wouldn't it be?
Yeah, generally Siler. Unless you think they'll get crushed, in which
Unless
case
they
you
get
would
crushed.
pick Bat. Let's see the lanes first. So IG Vitality are playing very aggressively. I don't know. Let's just put Quap. Siler's good.
I'm going all in on the Quap.
Yeah, let's do it.
Most observer was by the game end. Ooh, they both
Oh, you went all
ran.
in on Quap.
I went all in on Quap, man.
Yeah, okay, I'll go on Quap. This one's just like a quick flip. Just pick whatever.
Yeah, no, I'll go with IGV on that one.
Okay, sure. Do we have the same one? First blood?
Oh my goodness, sorry for predictions. I was missed that, Ben.
30
I was distracted.
I was watching. They smoked him. Ogre was
They
trying
smoked.
to...
Ogre was there. Hey, they've got the metamorphosis, few punches with the old chilling touch. It's a good spell, Ben.
Yeah, so let's see what they want to do. Old Chicken looks like he is going to be in the mid lane. They're going to put the solo Queen of Pain versus the Bat Rider as they want because of the magic stick on him. But
Okay.
it looks like they are... Yeah,
Can they stop him from getting the
Battle begins.
bounty run up top?
no. I don't think so.
Okay. I mean, Paparazzi didn't get the message. He's, can he survive this? With igniting him, it's a good telekinesis on the back. Q's going to look for the body blocks. They may just save Paparazzi. Goes down to 39 health.
That was pretty blocked. But Q's going to die. I don't even know if that's worth it, saving the Terrorblade's life. Because if you don't save the Terrorblade's life,
Yeah.
you pretty much had 2 heroes kind of die because Terrorblade's going to be forced to die to neutrals. So instead of like 1 hero dying, they have kind of 2 heroes dying. Because it's a lot of waste. He can just TV that lane, no big deal.
Mid lane. Oh, Chicken getting a few Furious Swipe. Stacks up on him.
So they did not do any lane swaps. They are handling it like men.
Okay. And but you feel that this decision kind of hinders EHOME a little bit? You would like to see it the other way around?
I think so, just because I think like Alchemist is a really important hero for them. Co-op cannot solo carry this game. You can get a lot of kills on co-op, but you still have to win the game. And I think that just making sure that he succeeds 100% is your best chance of victory. However, they are putting the Ogre in mid, which has wasted a lot of Sakata's regen. So I think that if you are going to do this, at least they have put some other heroes mid to back them up.
So then as we can see this lane up top, guard at Node 11 with the Omni Night Stalker lane. I mean, it looks like at the moment Burning and Q doing a good job at keeping control and keeping space for Paparazzi's TB with the AM Rubik play.
It's gonna be tough in about 10 seconds. Metamorphosis and Chilling Touch come off cooldown then. So I think they're about to get trucked. At least Garter might be, if he's not careful.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like they're sending up Ogre as well. Old Lanham's going to look to join the forces and make it a tri-lane on tri-lane. And it certainly feels at the moment that Old 11 and Garter do require that really. As Paparazzi is getting the farm.
There's boots already on the Ursa too, so it's the common build to make sure that he deals with the Alchemist and Alchemist. The Bounty Rune, there you go.
Second one in a row here for Old Chicken. It's good news indeed. And of course down on the bottom lane, the lane that we haven't talked about. 10 for 5, Sylar. And you look over towards Injuly's Batrider. How's he doing? It's down to 2 and 1. So Sylar absolutely dominating this 1v1 now bottom. Different things happening though up top. Tri-lanes clash, and it's going to be EHOME taking the first hit. As they lose the Night Stalker. And Old Lanham getting chased out of the lane as well. Again, just another situation where Chilling Touch is just beating through these members of EHOME on this top lane.
Yeah, the 3-on-1 situation is where, like, the more heroes you have, the more value you get out of the Chilling Touch, and it's just getting rougher and rougher for these melee heroes. They aren't able to pull. They aren't really able to contest Paparazzi's farm at all. But Alchemist is up there. He is the highest on the CS. He missed a stack though. That's what they said for him. And Lanham, Sakata, will he get the last hit? One more, even with the boots? Oh, man.
That's always sad to see.
Yeah.
That hurts.
That is where that one is. And then just an Ignite, just throw him just to make you angry.
Just out of spite, yeah. Good old bloodlust there. Saving the life of the Ogre. Extra little bit of movement speed. Yeah. Every bit counts.
Wind Lace Bloodlust.
But all in all, these early lanes looks fairly even, would you say? As this, I guess the biggest distance being between the off-laners as Sylar really performing very nicely against this Injuly Batrider. But top lane, some more blood will be spilt though on EHOME. Old 11 as the Fairy Fire trying to make his way out of it. Salves up. Q still has a Fade Bolt available. Looks like he's not going to pop it. It wouldn't have quite been enough burst damage to finish him off.
Yeah, even a level 2 wouldn't have done that.
Gold remains.
Night Stalker's HP regen is also very good. Their team HP regen, man. 3 HP regen.
Some very, very beefy players on EHOME. Yeah, Paparazzi, I mean, Terrorblade this game, he's having the start that we saw Sylar struggle to get in game 1. If this Terrorblade does start to get out of hand at the beginning, is there much that EHOME can do to shut him down? Is it just going to be eyes on Sylar to bring out the plays once he has that level 6?
Yeah, the Quap is really good at dealing with Terrorblade. A lot of Magic Burst, and that's kind of what, and it's AoE. So you can kill all the illusions later, and then early on you can just burst him down when he's at like 400 pretty easily.
We saw in July, clear out one of the side camps here. He's now come back into lane, but as we see Sylar, level 2 dagger spam, keeping Injuly on his toes as Injuly has finished up the Tranquil. Still needs to get that Ring of Regen back out to him. Mid lane CS, 35 for 2 on the act, 27 for 5 on Sakata, so keeping himself relatively close. And top lane, Old 11 has found 13 CS, but he's not really been able to do anything about shutting down Paparazzi, as Paparazzi indeed having a final time on the safe lane Terrorblade.
Smoke, wraparound smoke, but I don't know who got these super deep boards out on EHOME, probably the Ogre, but he spotted out that smoke, and maybe Old 11 might die here, even under nighttime. He is in range, and the smoke will pop, and he's out of there. Well played.
Yeah, good awareness from Old 11 indeed. Immediately backing up as soon as he senses danger. And poking his head back in as well, just keeping himself on the edge, knowing that he's safe for that one. mid lane again. Old Lanham still hanging around. And Old Chicken with the acid spray spam, and Old Lanham occasionally throwing out the ignites, trying to do their best to hold the Ursa back in farm. And now we're starting to see the difference really come out. Old Chicken is just getting the help that this Ursa is not. Cicada not getting any presence from his supports, as they are mainly looking towards just securing the farm for Paparazzi, and Ursa is a little bit of a second afterthought at the moment in terms of priority for these supports protection.
You don't mind that as long as the AA gets farmed. AA is level 4 at 6 minutes. It's like, it's mediocre. It's not amazing, but it's definitely not poor. He hasn't died yet. So as long as the AA keeps up, it's okay if Alk gets farmed. Obviously, you don't want him like getting armlet ratings at like 12 minutes, but he's not going to be quite at that rate. And if he does get scary, AA ult is there to save the day. Radiant has you scan. It will...
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
At the tail end, the last second. And now Ogre maybe trying to pop a smoke or scout a Roche. I think he's going to scout a Roche very, very soon. Ursa's been missing off the map a very long time, and he has a Morbid Mask. They are in there, and Q gets spotted out. Sakata hasn't started yet.
And Silo's turned up as well. He has a Sonic Wave available for this one. He turns. Isn't going to get the chance to use it though with the lasso from in July. Sylar incapacitated, and they're chasing now for more RGB. They look towards Gata, get the Omni Knight, and Cicada, he may not get Roshan straight up, but he just gets himself a double kill, heads back into the pit, and that couldn't have been a better kind of series of events for the Ursa if you wish for it there. Two kills and a potential for Roshan. In fact, it might even be more. Old Lanham's come back in Q. He has a telekinesis. He'll get in range for it. Cicada's not only going to get just 2 kills, he'll get himself involved in a third.
He's out of mana though, so that's the only good part about this. But Sylar was very hesitant about dropping his ultimate. He could have just used it to kill the Rubik, but he thought they had enough damage. But he's pretty much their only source of damage. Like Omni Knight, he doesn't really want to use his heal when everyone's at full HP, when there's a 3-on-3 engagement, just the first one hero down. And the Ogre just has the common 1-on-1 build, so he doesn't do anything with character. So it's up to Sylar to actually burst him down. You can't hesitate. You got to burst him down quickly.
Sylar and Old Lanham with this smoke movement, seeing what they can find. AA was up towards the top, and they know that the TB's still there as well. I mean, Ancient Apparition would potentially be an easy kill, but they certainly want to try and find Paparazzi with this movement. He's the bigger target. And let's see what they can do about this already. Paparazzi heading back towards the safety of his tower. Question is how deep EHOME want to try and dive for this kill. And here we have Sylar. The burning kill first on the AA, and he will get that one. But it's just going to give Paparazzi the intel that there is danger in the neighborhood. TPs will start to come through. Old 11 thinking about diving upon this one. And indeed is going to back up. They've got a telekinesis. In fact, they've got a lasso as well. Sylar in a lot of trouble. Can they finish him in before he gets the blink out? He will get himself away. Napalm and the flame break tick damage not quite enough to bring him down. So Sylar will survive. So they do force some TPs out from the side of IGV, but they only end up killing the Ancient Apparition, and Paparazzi stays alive.
That's a really hard flame break to time. He did it a little bit too early. It looks like he may die, or Rubik's just dead.
Well, so you might have to play his way around this. He still has a telekinesis queue. And Sylar's blinks on corner 5 saying, nah, okay, Old 11 gets the vision for the void. And Jeb will finish him.
They had to have a perfectly timed flame break. He used it during the lasso. You wanted to do it like right as the lasso ends.
And during the cast animation? During
the cast animation. What you also want to do is make it so that she is knocked away from her blink point, so that when she tries to blink, she messes up because she thought she was at an original position. And sometimes you can make it so the quap like moves forward instead of blinking because of where they tested it. So yeah, it wasn't the best flame break, but it would have taken a perfect one to make that a kill.
And look at this Cicada. It picks up Roshan, picks up the Aegis immediately, starting to barrel underneath the tower towards Garda, who's desperately trying to hide himself. He just in time gets the mana for the TP out, but ooh.
Wow.
And he will just make it.
Yep.
That was close.
That was very close. But they know they have a lot of time because Alchemist... Oh, actually, there is no time because Radiance is up on the Alchemist. He's felt no pressure, so he skipped the armlet altogether.
10 minutes in.
10-minute Radiance.
That's pretty brilliant timing for Old Chicken.
And another bounty rune. Dang. He's on fire, man.
And this is looking to be the close game that we hope for, really, game 3. Both teams certainly have good things going for them at this stage of the game. The Aux farm being the main one really for EHOME, and then obviously over on the side of IGV, the fact that Paparazzi He's getting the space, he's taking towers. We'll switch actually over to the network now to check the status, and well, yeah, I mean, that just goes to show how well Old Chicken really is farming. He's already a clear 3K ahead of anyone else in the game. Paparazzi is top for the team on IG Vitality, but yeah, Old Chicken, really the star of the show in these first 10 minutes in terms of farming is IGV have just not been able to shut him down at all. They do now have level 6 up on Burning, and maybe this is where we start to see the fortunes turn for the Alchemist. But he's got to land those ults, and they've got to have that follow-up damage. And with the backup of this Omni Knight Garda, always look to be in the neighborhood of the Alchemist. It's potentially going to be hard for IGV, even with that counter pick.
It's going to be a long time of night.
Radiant's middle tower
And it's going to be hard to connect on the Alchemist because he's just going to be farming. You don't have a good way to scout them. Oftentimes you'll see Nyx and AA pair together because you want to be able to find them out. But Batrider, he has to deal with nighttime. He just got his Blink Dagger, and then on top of that, even if once he gets the Blink Dagger, he might have to deal with the Radiance Burn or the Acid Spray that stops the Blink Dagger, and they might have a really hard time catching the Alchemist. But looks like they're going to smoke with the fresh Blink on In July. Burning is there to back him up with the Ancient Apparition Ice Blast. And Dire has used Scan, expecting a Alchemist to be farming there, but he is in vision of creeps, and they are. This is a risky play. They need to drop a high ground ward so they don't get completely boned. And Q will drop it immediately. They have vision.
Come in there. Actually go for the Omni Knight instead. The telekinesis, getting him in. Ice Blast.
They didn't
catch him. So Old Chicken's going to be fine. Injulai is tanking the tower here with this dive. He actually burns down. Zakata continuing to try and dive on this one. This is a very awkward bit of play here from IGV. They've lost the Bat. They've lost the Aegis. And by the looks of it, they're going to lose Zakata again. That was not the dive that they were looking for. And I mean, I guess it all kind of started with missing the Ice Blast, but the way that played out, I think even if they hit that, the Alchemist probably ends up surviving. And just a dive too deep there from IGV.
Yep. They had, I don't know what the best OQ's about to die. Ooh, nice heal. Stolen heal. Save the day. Yeah, ideally, I think you cast the Ice Blast on the Alchemist, and then like as it's traveling over, it'll debuff the Omni Knight. I think you would have died anyways. You didn't really need to debuff the Omni Knight. But as you mentioned, it was probably ill-conceived to begin with, just a little bit too deep. And immediately the ward gets dewarded too, so they lose an Observer ward on top of the process. Burning, looks like he's in a little bit of trouble. Perhaps if he stands too far out, that Purification could hurt him a lot, but Goddard chooses just to farm the lane instead. And Rubik comes in. Maybe they can land a kill. That's a really tough one.
I mean, yeah, well, they got yeah, still that, as you said, that stolen Purification.
Lift into heal into AA Blast into Fate Bolt could yield the kill. Ooh, Quap Yules.
So what's why the Yules first this game? What's he looking at as the main issues?
Two things. One's to counter the Batrider initiation. If they're really quick about it, they should generally have the vision lead, so you can just precast on the Batrider before he blinks, or use it right as soon as someone gets lassoed, or you can use it on the Ursa during his enrage and just make his life miserable. And protect the Alchemist a little bit more. I kind of like it. I think it's good here. Like, he can get Scepter pulled to him at a later time from by the Alchemist, and they're actually not fighting often enough for him to need the lowered cooldown. So, and there's no BKBs obviously yet.
That's true, and I guess eventually Old Chicken will look to get the Ags for Sylar.
Yep.
And I mean, who does take priority here? I mean,
I think Night Stalker.
Yeah, I mean, Night Stalker looks to be building his own.
Yeah. So if he can build his own,
smoke up. I mean, they found a good target to start with. If they can get Burning before they get the Ice Blast down, it would be great, but they don't. He does manage to get it out onto 2 targets. GA comes through. Sylar with the Sonic Wave. They'll look to bring down Angelai first. He's out. They've already got the double kill, and Old Chicken just with this Radiance Burn, moving forward, mowing through the side of IGV. And we'll manage to get Paparazzi out, but 4 of them going down there. Old Chicken getting involved in it all, and it really does start to look like that this AA pick might not have been enough to put an end to Old Chicken's reign on the Alchemist.
He's been in really bad positions a lot of the time. He's like a little bit too close to the Ancient Apparition, maybe too used to playing some of the other supports, like Witch Doctor, like he was in the other games. Like, you have to be really, really far. Generally, you split Witch out and farm lanes. Paparazzi in a lot of trouble.
Ooh, this is not a kill they want to be giving up. Paparazzi.
Oh, I saw him casting it.
It was so close.
It
was
really
so close. And I mean, that, You know, they may have got 4 kills, but the EHOME are probably telling themselves, well, it's still not Sylar, but now that, sorry, still not the TB, still not Paparazzi, but now they get him. Yeah, he's only died once this game. He is pretty much what IGV are resting their hopes on, as he was still in a relatively good position when it came to farm. Giving up a kill like that, this is starting to spiral out of control for IGV. And as we can see, up to 7.5k, it's only going to increase with this Alchemist's play and the space that Old Chicken's had. 2.7k on top of that Manta, so he can start working towards that Octarine.
Well, IGV want to do something to stop that, and the next step for them is to complete the Diffusal Blade on the Ursa. They're just 400 gold away from that, and maybe they can pick up some more kills, but one of the problems with Russian Diffusal is you don't have a blink. So he needs to really rely on this Bat Rider to be able to bring targets closer to him. And if they only have one person that can really solo kill people, then life is going to be a lot more difficult for them in trying to bring this net worth grab closer to 5,000, perhaps even 2,500 if they play well in the next few minutes. But they can also keep going up. Ooh, that's not.
July. He's going to go in for the lasso onto Old Lanham. This could find timing for the rest of the team to come in if they want to, but it looks like EHOME would just sack that. Let Old Lanham die. And they won't look to follow and chase up anything in return. And IGV now grouping up down mid. Paparazzi has Metamorphosis available. I can look to just try and 5-man here and see how EHOME react to this.
Radiant structures are fortified.
So Old Chicken, we're thinking about revving up a concoction. We'll start to do so. In fact, with the silence on the Paparazzi in massive amounts of trouble. Sylar coming in with a beautiful Sonic Wave onto 3, and already he's 2 down on IGV and maybe even more. Q trying to run himself away. He'll go and attempt for the TP out. It's not going to be successful. He's out as well. EHOME continue to chase him for more. They surround Cicada. The Ursa's drop, and just like that, again, EHOME just absolutely stomping IGV in these engagements, and it really feels like IGV, they're trying as many different alternatives as they can to get themselves back into this game, but EHOME, it feels like they're just maybe too far ahead in terms of their heroes and what they've got on their cores for IGV to do anything.
There's some decision making that could have probably been better for IGV. For example, like the Ursa not going for Blink instead of Diffusal. Like, he can't solo kill anyone right now. Like, you can potentially, like, the kills will be much cleaner. Like, even for the Ogre, they had to chase him for a good, like, 4 or 5 seconds before he actually died. With the Ursa, you blink, you kill, and then you move on. The Repel and GA aren't actually an issue right now, so the Diffusal might have been a little bit more premature, thinking that Omni Knight's going to be a problem much sooner than he actually is. I do think the Repel is going to be way more useful for them later, but right now, the Alchemist is way too big and bad. Sylar owned the Bat Rider in the lane, and those two are the main ones that they need to focus on taking down at this point of the game. And Roshan, of course. Roshan, they desperately need.
They absolutely do. And they may have the chance to take it, but already EHOME's positioning in the jungle, they can certainly get over and contest. As you said, IGV really resting on being able to get that. And well, EHOME with this smoke are going to make sure that there's not going to be a chance for that to happen. Already moving across. July in the front lines of it all at the moment. To get himself far enough away with the Firefly. Cicada kind of lagging behind here, and Old Levin finding the opening with the Void. Concoction already being cooked up by Old Chicken. Drops it down onto the Ursa. Cicada getting brought down incredibly low. Has the Enrage to buy him some protection to back off, but they're chasing forward. Void onto Q. The right clicks from Old Chicken to bring down the Rubik, as well as Ursa falling to the Radiant Spell for the illusions, and EHOME aren't done quite yet. They'll catch out Burning as well. It's another situation where 3 are down on IGV, and they do nothing to be able to kind of just hold back EHOME's progress. And it really feels like, you know, there is a reason why EHOME were confident with that second pick Alchemist. They just felt that regardless, you pick heroes to deal with it, you're not going to be able to stop his onslaught. And Old Chicken, again, it just doesn't stop there. Sylar has been caught out by the lasso. The damage with the flame break isn't going to be enough. It will be, but he turns around for one final scream of pain to offer to the fight, allowing at the end of the day EHOME to continue the cleanup, and GG is called.
Yeah, the Night Stalker is just way too big too. The Night Stalker has he's had Ags for a while now, and they just can't do anything. Batrider, he just forced to run away. Nighttime pops like, okay, I gotta run away, even if it's nighttime. So like 60% of the time, he just cannot get an initiation at all. Terrorblade didn't really seem like it fit into the lineup at all. Like Ursa's a very early fighter. He was just off doing his own thing the entire time. So I think a little bit of draft miss from IG Vitality this game, and they will end up at the bottom of the Group D.
They will, and EHOME moving forward to play against AbFinum. And that is a series that we've already seen today. So will be a rematch. EHOME, of course, the first time round getting knocked down 2-1 by AbFinum. We'll see if they're able to change the situation in that series, which will be coming up next here on this stream too. And see who can secure themselves second place in the groups, which is pretty big. Come third, you may end up running yourself into wings in the first round of the single elimination. That's something a lot of teams are looking to do their best to avoid. But yeah, indeed, a bit of a flip-flop series. You know, each game very much one-sided after kind of the 10-minute mark.